So I started my own e-commerce business from scratch and I ended up selling it on Flippa. It listed and it got a lot of attention. It was a 30-day auction and it closed within a week. The opportunities on there are just endless. My name's Mark. I live here in Melbourne. Been in the online space and startup scene probably for 15 years now. And at the moment I've got a SEO agency called Hyro Digital. It's actually a pretty cool job because you get to deal with so many different types of businesses. But some of the services are like website speed optimization, we get unbelievable results, backlink audits, Google business profile optimization. It's a broad spectrum. So you get to dive into their businesses and understand what they do and then work out where the opportunities are to get them organic traffic. Melbourne, there's a massive buzz, particularly in this area. This is sort of like the mini Silicon Valley of Melbourne, I think, is Cremorne. And there are all sorts of like massive success stories coming out of Melbourne. Even Flippa, who is a neighbour. So there's been a big kick over the last couple of years as well. So I started my own e-commerce business from scratch. Marksson was predominantly a designer wall clock company. And I created a brand and a company. I wanted to make out like it was kind of like that Scandinavian flair and yeah, I think it worked. It was an Amazon FBA business, so fulfillment by Amazon, and an e-commerce store. At the time, going back a few years now, there was a groundswell of sort of Amazon businesses and people teaching you how to do Amazon businesses. So I think I just came across a Facebook ad and I essentially got sucked in and did some training and coming up with a product and flying to China and meeting a bunch of suppliers. And it was sort of like that mid-range, affordable luxury sort of segment where you could create something that looked like high-end but then price it sort of somewhere in the middle. I think it got to the point where it was kind of running on autopilot. So we set up a bunch of systems and processes. Focus sort of shifted away a little bit and I think it needed sort of a new set of eyes to take it on and run with it. So we got to the point where we just thought it's time to put on Flippa and see how we go. I really sort of put it on there just to gauge the market. It exceeded my expectations. It was pretty quick from then on. So the team from Flippa were really like a major help. There's kind of like a sort of like a concierge service where the guys jump on and they give you all sorts of advice, you know, whether it's optimizing the listing or helping with the valuation or everything. So that was very comforting because it was the first time I was selling an asset on Flippa. It listed and it got a lot of attention. It actually closed. It was a 30-day auction and it closed within a week. I found the right buyer. We jumped on a few video calls. We had a good rapport. In a sense, it's kind of your little baby and you want it to prosper. So that was important. The whole process was really fantastic. So yeah, I was comfortable in the end having it sold on Flippa. You could go crazy in there just with the amount of choice. It's just, the options are endless. Like I find myself in there thinking, you know, I just want to buy so many different businesses and there's so much opportunity that I feel like there's a lot of talk around buying investment properties, but I feel like you can get the same benefit from the right assets online, and a lot of the time it's a smaller entry point. So the opportunities on there are just endless. It's sort of like, even if you're feeling like a bit down or something like that, you're like, you know, if you're stuck in your career, you can jump on Flippa and think, gee whiz, there's a lot of opportunity out there. I can just jump on one of these and get going.